It's likely that for your entire professional career in the military, you've only known a world where the global positioning system was available to you. That strategic advantage is one that we can only now take for granted because of the men and women of the United States Space Force.
It's very important for just our infrastructure, from the smallest of things to like cell phones, of course, and basic navigation, going to the store, but also, it's important for the military and our assets, not just in the United States, but also for our foreign partners. We enable a lot of capabilities, a lot of missions. So this is a constellation and a mission that is truly critical.
Let's imagine for a moment that system was no longer available to us. Our munitions become deadly to the very people we are trying to protect. Our drones are grounded, and pilots return to face dangerous skies with no support. Secured communications disappear. Navigation of seas returns to the whims of cloud cover. The synced maneuverability of combat operations, gone.
Other countries in the past, our adversaries, for example, have proven that they have the ability to reach out and touch satellites. So our operators, our operations team that are sitting up on the operations floor are the ones that are sitting there in place, ready and willing to act to defend GPS and defend our modern way of life.
The U.S. Navy was the first to experiment with satellite navigation for tracking of ballistic missile submarines. The Department of Defense quickly saw the effectiveness of such a system and in 1978 launched the first Navstar satellite. During the Persian Gulf War in 1990 to 1991, military leaders got a taste for what GPS could do. Even though it wasn't yet fully mission capable at the time of the war, GPS enabled warfighters to pinpoint targets and coordinate movements across a featureless desert landscape. Warfare changed forever.
A day without GPS would instantly turn very dark for many people, whether or not it's trying to actually plan and execute missions. Many of those missions will cease to exist. Many of the communications that are reliant on GPS would cease to exist. So let's say there's an ongoing operation that is reliant on precise communication to know when a certain munition should go off. Those communications could cease to exist without GPS.
GPS uses a system of trilateration to ensure its accuracy. A receiver locks onto 4 satellites, each broadcasting a position, navigation, and timing signal. And by measuring the distance between the satellite and receiver, GPS can pinpoint a target within a few centimeters. GPS uses built-in atomic clocks to ensure accurate timing of the signal, down to nanoseconds.
I think as our adversaries get smarter and they are advancing on their jamming capabilities of GPS, it's more important that we upgrade it and make it a more sophisticated system so that we can provide better effects for the people who need to use it where it matters the most.
For a generation of military leaders, line of sight is no longer an obstacle for navigational planning and tracking.
We take very seriously our metrics of availability, accuracy, and integrity. Those are things that are always on the forefront of our mind when we are doing day-to-day operations. So if there's anything that's going to impact a user, we do everything that we can at TUSOPS to mitigate that, and users are always at the forefront of our mind.
The 2nd Space Operations Squadron manned the Master Control Station on Schriever Space Force Base 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Active duty Guardians and Reserve Airmen provide real-time commands to more than 30 satellites, keeping them on precise orbital paths. When GPS signals are degraded due to dense foliage, mountain ranges, or jammed signals, TUSOPS Guardians and Airmen are able to enhance signals for the battlefield.
I am so grateful to come to work every single day and work with those folks. It's nice to know that I have a great team to rely on. I know they're always going to check in on me if there ever was a problem. And on top of it, I know that we're going to get the mission done. There's great communication and great leadership and culture in GPS.
This year, we are celebrating 50 years since the inception of GPS and 30 years of being fully mission capable. Happy anniversary, GPS, secured and protected by the United States Space Force.